Chris, it's a card that's really got people talking as we look at this tail of the tape. 36 years of age, Clarkson. 25, the younger man, Reid, the up-and-comer. 2-1-0, Reid. But one man with everything to win, another possibly with everything to lose. What a matchup. Let's go to Buddy Johnson.
Barclaycard Arena once again. If you're ready for this next contest, make some noise! The Night of Champions, we get ready for 3 5-minute rounds in BAMMA's lightweight division. Introducing first, fighting in the blue corner, an MMA fighter standing 5 feet 9 inches tall and weighed in at 156 pounds. He has a record of 0 wins, 1 loss, and 0 draws. Representing the manor from Newcastle, England, Craig Clarkson. And his opponent, standing in the red corner, also an MMA fighter standing 6 feet 2 inches tall and weighed in at 155.2 pounds. He has a record of 2 wins, 1 loss, and 0 draws. Representing UTC Staffs from Canuck, England, the development, Tobias Reid. When the action begins, your referee in charge, Daniel Mulvahedi.
Chris, as we saw there from the tail of the tape, 11-year difference between these two men. For Clarkson, this really is his moment. He's got to take it, hasn't he?
And Clarkson looked so pumped up coming out to this ring, but development as calm as we've ever seen him, and that's saying something.
And that's right. And in fact, if anything, as I said, he's the one with everything to lose. We're talking about him. We're buzzing about him in BAMMA here.
And there's the clinch immediately to a couple of nice strikes, and then locks up again for those devastating knees. Tobias Reid, I love how he frames up with that clinch. You notice the way he uses his left arm and his elbow to push away on the face of Craig, and then cranks home those big left long knees. So much momentum.
Chris, 4 knees in a row landed there from him. Now, then a little chopping knee to the leg, then to the midsection. Craig under immediate pressure, as you said.
And the development backs off here. Swaps stances, jumps in for a jab. I love that technique.
Southpaw stance, then switches back. So frustrating for your opponent to try and figure you out.
And that was really nice from Craig to attack the rear legs. I like how he caught his right kick. But again, the big knee for Tobias Reid.
But this one, Chris, was right through the channel. That was the difference, right through the guard of Craig.
And now Craig is holding on here to possibly look for an arm drag. You'll see the way he goes underneath Tobias's left arm. Now back to a collar tie with Craig's left arm. And this is much better for Craig.
Well, Craig Clarkson, he needed this time to regroup, didn't he, from those knees and that assault.
I'm telling you, man, Tobias Reid has got some power, and he rang his bell several times with those early knees. I think he still is a little bit flustered on Wobble Street a little bit. Maybe Craig Clarkson.
Well, his nose is bleeding from the accuracy, and we saw it again there. He snaps out that southpaw jab, then switches again, back and forward to confuse. There you go, the right hand. When he stands southpaw, the right hand doubles its power if it's his natural hand, and that's what he's doing for me. He's switching that stance back and forward, and that means he can land the right from that closer range, and it's causing real problems for Clarkson.
It's a baffling approach for sure, and Clarkson has done well to tie him up at several points, but looks a little bit out of place on the feet at moments because Reid has really been able to light him up. And I think Reid commands certainly a reach advantage, but possibly also an accuracy advantage in being able to get off first with those punches. See that?
This is the problem for Clarkson. Nothing has been wasted. Nothing's been loose. It's all been landing. He's been under pressure from the moment it starts, and he stays in the pocket. Even when he's defending, look how Reid stays in the pocket. He's always in range. Even when Clarkson misses, Reid can retaliate.
And Clarkson's recovered a little more now, I think, and had a couple of nice kicks there. Nice inside-outside combination, but then the front kick to the face by Reid, followed by a knee. Man,
He's setting up those big knees. The left to the midsection this time. It's all right. Then he suddenly switched to the left. The uppercuts as well. It's the variety. Clarkson is really under pressure here.
And Reid again looking to frame up with that deep right underhook. And he stays so busy the whole time. There's little shots that are going to set up the big shots.
And he always stays in range, Chris. You always feel under pressure. He's always there, right in your face.
Such an authority from this young man. And again the knee. Man, Craig has got one heck of a chin.
Well, the thing for Clarkson, he's so used to taking those right knees to the head, and then suddenly the left knee comes into the midsection. And you can see him moving the arms here. You know what Reid's setting up. Watch, he's setting it up again now. Getting his positioning. Here he goes, and then you know the knee will fire off.
And Clarkson is bleeding like a stuck pig out of his nose right now.
Yes, he's got nose damage, he's got eye damage. And again, look how Reid keeps him there. He never moves too far away. He's always within his own range.
Credit to Clarkson, though. He's putting his hands up and covering and chopping to the legs. He can't throw those single kicks, though, because Reid's able to punch the kicker then, and that becomes problematic, just like you saw there.
Well, this is the thing. We've said before on this card how important victories here at BAMMA, how people want to go up the ladder at BAMMA. This is what Clarkson is showing us. He wants to be there because he knows what a win will do for him. But at the moment, he's finding out why Reid is so well rated.
And a nice kick from Craig, but a knee again from Tobias. I'm wondering why Tobias keeps clinching. I think he thinks that he's going to be able to land those knees a little bit easier from that position. But I think he's also been able to show off some very selective boxing on the end of his punches at distance. So Reid dangerous everywhere.
Craig Clarkson's nose is rearranged from those knees, and that kick in the face here, when he gets up tight, as you said, I think he likes the knees and the clinch. He brings in those little uppercuts, but Clarkson's face is slowly but surely being rearranged. That was the knee through the channel that gives me full credit to Clarkson. We've seen that stop men, Chris.
Such articulation on those barrages. Look at the way he flicks up the right leg and then goes right back to the boxing. Reid's so unpredictable. And I think that's probably why he's going into the clinch a lot, because that way he can mix things up and then disengage, reset, strike anew. Man, that guy's a handful.
Clarkson nods at the referee and says yes. To his credit, he's shown such determination to still be there, such determination to still have his opportunity, his chance, but he needs to be out of this range. He either needs to be really in close and trying to take Reid down, or he needs to be well out of there, because Reid is picking him off. Make him miss, make him pay, and he's doing exactly that. But to do that, you've got to stay there, Chris.
And Clarkson used some really nice power looping shots there, but again, finding nothing but air, and now we're back in the clinch.
Yes, it's been a hard night for Clarkson.
But what a night at the office for Tobias Reid thus far. So impressed with his accuracy in general.
And it's his movement, and it's the way, as you said, he sets up shots from different angles. You don't know whether it's a knee coming, you don't know whether it's an uppercut. You don't know whether it's going to come from the right or the left side, because he switches stances so naturally. Now it's an elbow.
He's definitely now, a minute into this round, continuing to outland his opponent.
And here's the thing, Chris. Some people switch from orthodox to southpaw quite bluntly through lack of ability. And others do it for totally the opposite reason, and this is Reid. He does it totally the opposite.
Yeah, that's an excellent point. And you notice the way that Reid was able to paw out there, actually posted his hand, a lot like a Muay Thai fighter will. You see he's doing that again there. And then Craig just has no idea what's coming next.
I mean, you see, that's a huge right hand, but then he'll switch to southpaw so he can land it cleanly first.
Like a fastball all the way from right field, and that's it. That's a wrap, son. Daniel Movahidi calls this one off. And the development goes again with a big finish in BAMMA.
And it was a wry smile from Craig Clarkson when Dan stopped it. I think he knew, I've done it, I've tried it. You can't ask for any more from me. But Dan made the right decision. He was being slowly but surely dismantled
And credit to Clarkson, he did everything he could to change the course of this fight, but again, that right hand just winging in, wobbled Craig.
Double left, the right uppercut, every technique under the sun.
And
Dan had seen enough.
Yeah, the key word being intelligent defense there, I think. And Mulvey, he did not believe that Craig was going to be able to recover. I'm telling you, Tobias Reid is a gunslinger and a half. Watch out for that guy. You're looking at the future of striking in MMA there.
Ladies and gentlemen, our referee called a stoppage to this bout at 1 minute 43 seconds of the second round. Your winner by TKO in the red corner, the development, Tobias Reid.